to tell you a story, but the first thing I understand is time doesn't work the way they does. You go the oracle of those time to work the call. Now. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm gonna pick back up on the Kama Sutra. Part 6 on courtesans. Chapter 1. The causes of courtesan resulting to men are the means of attaching to herself the man desired and the kind of man that is desirable to be acquainted with. By having intercourse with men, courtesans obtain sexual pleasure as well as their own maintenance. Now, when a courtesan takes up with a man from love, the action is natural, but when she resorts to him for the purpose of getting money, her action is artificial or forced. Even in the latter case, however, she should conduct herself as if her love were indeed natural, because men repose their confidence on those women who apparently love them. In making known their love to man, she should show an entire freedom from avarice. For the sake of her future credit, she should abstain from acquiring money from him by unlawful means. A courtesan, well dressed and wearing her ornaments, should sit or stand at the door of a house, without exposing herself too much, should look on the public road as it is seen by the passers-by, she being like an object on view for sale. She should form friendship with such persons as would enable her to separate men from other women, and attach her to them to herself, and repair her own misfortunes, to acquire wealth and to protect her from being bullied, or set upon by persons with whom she may have dealings of some kind or another. These persons are the guards of the town or the police, the officers of the court of justice, astrologers, powerful men or men with interest, learned men, teachers of the 64 arts, Pithamadas or confidants, Vitas or parasites, Vidashakas or jesters. Can't go wrong with jesters. Can't go wrong with jesters. Flower sellers, perfumers, vendors of spirits, washermen, barbers, and beggars, and other such persons as may be found necessary for the particular object to be acquired. The following men may be taken with simply for the purpose of getting their money. Men of independent income, young men, men who are free from any ties, men who hold places of authority under the king, men who have secured their means of livelihood without difficulty, men possessed of unfailing source of income, men who consider themselves handsome, men who are always praising themselves. Take them for all they're worth, ladies. One who is a eunuch, but wishes to be thought a man. One who hates his equals. One who is naturally liberal. One who has influence with the king or his ministers. Get those dollars. One who is always fortunate. One who is proud of his wealth. Get those dollars in particular. Ta Dalara. Those dollars. One who disobeys the orders of his elders. One upon whom the members of his caste keep an eye. The only son whose father is wealthy. An ascetic who is internally troubled with desire. A brave man. A physician of the king. Previous acquaintance. A brave man? A physician of the king. Alright, it's what's in the text. On the other hand, those who are possessed of excellent qualities ought to be resorted to for the sake of love and fame. Such men are as follows. Men of high birth, learned with a good knowledge of the world, and doing the proper things at the proper times, poets, good storytellers, eloquent men, energetic men, skilled in various arts, far seeing into the future, possessed of great minds, full of perseverance, of firm devotion, free from anger, liberal affection to their parents, and with a liking for all social gatherings, skilled in completing verses begun by others, and in various other sports, free from disease, possessed of a perfect body, strong and not addicted to drinking, powerful in sexual enjoyment, sociable, showing love towards women, and attracting their hearts to himself, but not entirely devoted to them, possessed of independent means of livelihood, free from envy, and last of all, free from suspicion. Such are the good qualities of a man. The woman should also have the following characteristics, viz. She should be possessed of beauty and amiability with auspicious body marks. She should have a liking for good qualities in other people, also a liking for wealth. She should take delight in sexual unions resulting from love and should be of a firm mind of the same class as the man with regard to sexual enjoyment. She should always be anxious to acquire and obtain experience and knowledge, be free from avarice, and always have a liking for social gatherings and for the arts. The following are ordinary qualities of all women. These: to be possessed of intelligence, good disposition, and good manners, to be straightforward in behavior, and to be grateful, to consider well the future before doing anything, to possess activity, to be of consistent behavior, and to have knowledge of proper times and places for doing things, to speak always without meanness, loud laughter, malignity, anger, avarice, dullness, or stupidity, to have a knowledge for the Kama Sutra, and to be skilled in all the arts connected with it. The faults of the woman are to be known by the absence of any of the above mentioned good qualities. Essay. All right. The following kinds of men are not fit to be resorted to by courtesans: one who is consumptive, one who is sickly, one whose mouth contains worms, one whose breath smells like human excrement. Worms? One whose mouth contains worms. Ah, Kermidot. Worm teeth. Scary. One whose wife is dear to him, one who speaks harshly, one who is always suspicious, one who is avaricious, one who is pitiless, one who is a thief, one who is self-conceited, one who has a liking for sorcery. How dare you? One who does not care for respect or disrespect, one who can be gained over even by enemies by means of money, and lastly, one who is extremely bashful. One who has a liking for sorcery, how dare you? Ancient authors are of opinion that the causes of a courtesan resulting in men are love, fear, money, pleasure, returning some act of enmity, curiosity, sorrow, constant intercourse. Sometimes you just gotta get some. Dharma, celebrity, compassion, the desire for having a friend, shame, the likeness of a man to some beloved person, the search after good fortune, the getting rid of the love of somebody else, the being of the same class as the man, respect to sexual union, living in the same place, constancy and poverty. But Vatsayana decides that desire, wealth, freedom, and from misfortune and love are the only causes that affect the union of courtesans with men. Now, courtesan should not sacrifice money to her love, because money is the chief thing to be attended to. But in cases of fear, etc., she should pay regard to strength and other qualities. Moreover, even though she be invited by any man to join him, she should not at once consent to union, because men are apt to despise things that are easily acquired. I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that. I think that's dumb. Sometimes things just easily happen. Sometimes they just easily happen. Maybe because they're meant to, maybe just because they happen that way. But, like, looking down on a good partner because they were easy for you to get, to me sounds stupid on the surface of it, because maybe they were easy to get as a partner because, like, they like you, and you shouldn't screw that up. But that's just me. On occasion, she should first send the shampooers and the singers and the jesters who may be in her service or in the absence of Pitamadas or competence, and others to find out the state of his feelings and the condition of his mind. By means of these persons, she asks him whether as man as pure, impure, affected, or the reverse, capable of attachment, if it's liberal or miserly. And if she finds him to her liking, she should employ the Vita and others to attach his mind to her. Accordingly, there was another word, I wasn't going to use it. Accordingly, the Pithamada should bring the man to a house under pretense of, seeing the fights of quails, cocks, and rams, and of hearing the mina, a kind of starling talk, or of seeing some other kind of spectacles that practice some art, or he may take the woman to the abode of the man. After this, when the man comes to a house, and the woman should give him something capable of producing curiosity and love in his heart, and should such as an affectionate present, telling him that it was specially designed for his use. She should also amuse him for a long time by telling him such stories and doing such things as he may take most delight in. When he goes away, she should frequently send to him a female attendant skilled in carrying on a jesting conversation, and also a small present at the time. She should also go to him herself under the pretense of some business and accompanied by Pisamada. Thus ends the means of attaching to herself the man desired. There are some other verses on the subject as follows. When a lover comes to her abode, a courtesan should give him a mixture of betel leaves and betel nuts, garlands of flowers, and perfumed ointments, and showing her skill in the arts, should entertain him with long conversation. She should give him some loving presents, and make an exchange of her own things with his, and at some time should show him her skill in sexual enjoyment. When a courtesan is thus united with a lover, she should always delight him by affectionate gifts, by conversation, and by the application of tender means of enjoyment. Thus ends the Kama Sutra, Part 6, Chapter 1. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.